Thank you, Alex, and thank you to the leaders of State Porter Ranch for having me out here for the invitation. Kyoko, always hard at work. One of the most amazing right-hand women anyone could ever hope to have. I just want to take a second to acknowledge some of the leaders in this room. Progress is a lonely business, and when you start asking yourselves those questions that Alex was talking about and saying there's something wrong here. You know, it feels like there's something wrong in my backyard, and I know there's that, but people dismiss you. People are going to dismiss you at every single pass, right? People don't want to acknowledge how serious, not just Porter Ranch, but how serious our addiction to fossil fuels are all throughout this world. And the moment calls you, and this community, and the leaders in this room, we're here at, it's not serendipity and it's not happenstance. We needed you. We needed you to be here and to have those instincts and that relentlessness and the courage and the willingness to be lonely. And you were here and you answered the call. And California is going to be a better place because of what you did and because of your courage. And it's not over yet by a long shot. And I still worry about the families who are coming home and those of you who are back in your homes. You know, we're not going to rest until you feel safe in your homes and your kids are safe and your long-term health has certainty, and that people across this state and across this nation and across this world can rest, knowing that they're not going to be exposed to another disaster like this again. You know, our small task in politics, in representative democracy like this, is just to listen, to be a conduit for your will. Right? This is your democracy. These are your Senate seats, your assembly seats, your city council seats, your neighborhood council seats. And the fact that you all have stepped up and grabbed the reins, even though you're not experts and this isn't a room full of politicians or professional organizers. We've got, you know, rock musicians and accountants and people who, school teachers, and the folks who actually make movements happen, though, are you. It's not me, right? My job is just to be a durable and courageous conduit to take your message up to Sacramento. And that's what we've tried to do this year. You know, we got into all this mess when we first uncovered the fracking crisis going on in the state of California. So about 4 years ago, we asked the oil company, we said, oh, there's something kind of fishy going on around here. Same kind of instinct you had when you were smelling something. We said, you know, well, are they fracking in the state of California? We had an oversight hearing. We called in all the oil companies and all the gas companies, and we said, are you fracking in the state of California? They said, well, we don't have to tell you. The law doesn't compel us to do so. And we asked Dogger, we said, where are they fracking? They said, we don't know, because we don't have any regulations on the books. And thanks to the Halliburton Dick Cheney loophole in our national laws, they didn't have to disclose any of the chemicals, any of the locations near drinking water. And so we started pulling back the curtain on fracking in this state. And when we did that, you know, in California we have this green conscience. Everyone, you know, probably more Whole Foods shoppers than anywhere in the nation, more Prius drivers, right? We're trying to be conscious consumers. Everyone likes to think of themselves as environmentalists. But our dirty little secret in the state of California is what's going on underground. And that petroleum addiction, that addiction to oil and gas, is the impediment to our ability to say that we truly are making progress in this state. Because we can pass all the clean energy standards we want. We can put renewable electricity standards on the books and have solar on your homes and electric vehicles and eat organic food and feel good about things. But when we're poisoning our water, when you're sending benzene into the almond fields out in Kern County, or when you're displacing over 10,000 people in this community of Porter Ranch, you can't tell me this is a green state. That promise is not realized yet. So your obligation here and what you're doing is forcing us to fulfill our promise. And this will not be easy. And we're not going to be done with this struggle this year. We got SB 380 through. And that was a very, very important piece of legislation that hopefully brings some modicum of solace to this community, to the kids who now have to come home and go to their classrooms, that is shut down for now. Whether we can keep it shut down forever will be about how much sweat, how much cleverness, good lawyers, good activists, people of faith, business community, building a coalition that's durable enough to get a permanent solution here for what is very much the fight of our lives. It is going to be a generational struggle. And for me coming up, I'm an environmental lawyer. And I actually went to law school because I used to work around a guy named Bobby Kennedy Jr., who happens to be here tonight. I remember sitting in the back of a car with him in San Francisco and saying, you know, I want to change the world. What can I do? And I know our planet is in crisis, and I know our communities are at risk. And he said, well, the law's a pretty good weapon to have for good, because you can be darn sure they've got armies and armies of lobbyists and lawyers and naysayers and skeptics and blackmail artists. Remember all the front page headlines you saw this year? They may be hired directly by an oil company. They may work inside your government. They may be an assembly member, a city council member. They come in all shapes and sizes. But what we saw is these threats that we're going to literally shut down all of LA's power grid, that we will have blackouts, that hospitals will be shut down. They were so cynical that they mobilized the California Congress of Seniors to lobby against our bill. Semper didn't have the guts to lobby it themselves. They said, oh, we don't have a position, but we're going to call all these other proxies to threaten us, to say if you shut down that facility, then all the seniors in this state, all the folks going to hospitals who are on defibrillators or on oxygen may be at risk. And you know what happened when that moratorium passed and the governor signed that into law? No. Nothing. Nothing. We woke up the next day and everything is fine. And, well, yeah, fine except for our health and our air. But the grid keeps on humming. And when we make this transition away from fossil fuels, we're going to hear that time and time again. That your gasoline is suddenly going to go through the roof. That your home will not have any access to power. That we'll run out of safe drinking water supplies. The threats are not, they've just begun. But this pivot point, this moment, that auspicious date in October, when this community stepped up, this will go down in history as the moment when California started making a true shift towards a true clean energy future. One that's real in a community, that's not just a billboard, it's not just a white paper. This is the reality of our transition. And your willingness to put yourselves out there and to take all your volunteer hours and to take, you make no money on this, there's no accolades, you get a ton of pressure, people are going to ostracize you, lambaste you, but you know what? The momentum's on your side. And people are with you. And all over the world, people are here. So it may seem only like about 30 of us tonight, but everyone is watching what you have built here with Save Porter Ranch. And I want to commit to you that we are going to make this organization thrive. And I will be a partner to you, not just in Senator Pavley's office, but beyond, when hopefully I take her place in next year. Because this legacy, look, as soon as you stop fighting, we're just going to go right back to the way things were. And you can guarantee the moment you stop paying attention, Termo's coming back. Oh, they got their EIR on hold a little bit. I guarantee you they want to suck it out of the ground. They're going to go for it. And the gas company is not giving up by any means. They're still trying to expand our commitment to a natural gas future. They're saying, oh, we need more trucks coming out of the ports on natural gas, and it's clean energy and more bus fleets, and it's an alternative to all these coal and all these horrible fossil fuels, but somehow it's this transition. You know what? It's a bridge to nowhere. It's a bridge to nowhere. And this year, if we can, through this legislature, push through a long-term climate plan and push through natural gas safety standards, we can not only shut down this facility, but we can truly make all these facilities around California and the rest of this nation irrelevant. We don't want to be leveraged. And it's time to just stand up and say enough. So listen, we're here. It's the least it's the least we can do. As an attorney, as a public representative, you know, we are awfully limited our capacity to make what's wrong here right. And I don't think we'll ever be able to undo what's been done. And this community, unfortunately, I think has been guinea pigs for a much, much greater fight. But boy, are you fierce. I've never seen a guinea pig with bigger fangs, bigger claws, right? Who work together. Boy, oh boy. This is one of the fiercest, most determined, honest, relentless organizations I've ever had the honor to work with. And it's truly a privilege to stand before you tonight. So just know I'm pledging my labor and all my work to you for the next decade to come. And you won't be alone. It won't be lonely anymore. So progress is being made, and cheers to the start, and thank you to Matt, thank you to Alex, hardworking folks like Mark Morris out here, and Alex Kim, and where are folks who won our Porter Ranch Neighborhood Council election? We've got a few, right? Susan made it through, and was it Gabriel? Gabriel. And Jennifer, yes. Right? So, boy. SPR, not to be trifled with anymore. You guys you're unleashing something much more powerful than yourself. So my hat's off to you, and you have my commitment from now on into the future. We're going to make this right. We're going to make this right. Yeah. Thank you.